Hey, what's up, everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab, and today I'm going to be going over the transition phase. I've been putting together this series where we went over the first 3 steps and the first 5 steps, and today, like I said, we'll be doing the transition, and really it's going to be steps 5 through about 12. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting on step number 5 when you're actually touching the ground. Then first thing that I'd say is when you want to be touching the ground here, you really want to be pulling back. I mean, some important parts are to be able to keep your heels off the ground, right? I'm doing that, but part of me goes and extends. See how I push out towards the ground? I really need to be keeping a little bit more dorsiflexion, not going outside too much as I'm actually stepping. And then also, you want to be coming straight forward and through. So you can see right here, as I'm transitioning through, you can see it better on this side. I'm coming around a little bit as I'm actually cycling through with this leg. So then as my leg actually touches the ground, it touches the ground a little bit more on the outside part of your foot. You really want to be primarily on the balls of your feet as you're going through this stage of the run, and really should be having most of your weight that's touching the ground straight down. See how my weight right now is going to the outside. I'm pushing a lot to the outside on each one of the steps. This makes it so my overall ability to pick up as much ground is going to be a little bit wasted because, I'm not going downwards and coming this way. I'm going laterally and touching like that. So now my weight is going to be pushing myself this way and then this way rather than being able to maximize going straight ahead. Okay, so that's going to be really important, making sure that you're able to, when you're touching the ground, pushing down and like that. And then when you're pushing off, you want to be able to maximize the ability to push straight off. Obviously, we're never going to be able to, probably do it 100%. We're not biotic and are actually running, but I think that ends up being a lot of what the goal is here in order to maximize your efficiency on each one of the steps. Okay, big thing is as you're going through, you want to have a slow improvement in your overall spine height. You don't want to end up standing up a little bit too straight. That's something that definitely was a building over a period of time, right? You don't want to, one of my habits that I had to break was standing up really early and being able to go through these sprints in slow motion gave me the opportunity to be able to look at myself and see that was happening and being able to adjust that. Okay, another big thing is you want to be pushing off with your foot not too far back behind you here. This is really right on the edge of where my foot's getting too far back behind me. I'm still able to drive my leg through, but what happens is that when you push off with your leg so far back here, you have more of a propensity to when you touch the ground, you're going to touch the ground with your foot a little bit more straight rather than, or heel really more on the ground, and your knee and foot right not underneath you too, right? And now it's going to be positioned where you're going to have a longer contact time, right? If your heel's down, if your knee's bent, if your foot's out in front of you, now your foot contact time is going to end up just being a lot longer. Okay, so you really want to be able to make that time up the best that you can. So you don't want to spend a lot of time when your foot's landing out in front of you, by a lot, right? It's obvious that your foot's going to land a little bit out in front of you, but if it's too much, then that impacts the contact time. Okay, as we're going through here, we could see that we're going to be into step 10 here. You can see a little bit straighter, a little bit more balls of the knees, still trying to plantar flex a little bit, but starting to stand up once you get into step 10, right? Starting to optimize your spine position here in each one of these steps and really starting to get into your ability to open up. Once you're getting into step 12, maybe and 15, you really should be starting to open up, especially more as like a football player. Like I'm going for more of that type of speed, being able to run the 40 and really being able to open up a lot at 15 to 20 yards so I could run by somebody as a receiver. And so right here, I'm really trying to pick up as much ground as I can. Still, though, you could see me landing on the outside part of my foot. Look at how unstable my ankle immediately gets. So right here, you really got to be able to keep a lot of stability within your ankles, and doing a lot of dorsiflexion, a lot of quick landing type of exercises will help you and building any up type of stability like this up if you have that issue. My right ankle is something that I've sprained a few times recently, so it's definitely been something I've been trying to build up, and you can see how that's impacting my landing on each one of these steps. Now I'm slowing down, but that's a big part of your overall run. All right, so that's going over the transition phase here today. I hope that made some more sense to you. Again, when we do these breakdowns, when we do these Zoom sessions, we can go more in depth about how you can improve your sprinting after each time you sprint. We give you some feedback right away. Everybody that's been doing it has really liked it. I hope the people that have been watching these videos have been learning a lot about the first 3 steps, the first 5 steps. Now we're going into the transition phase, and can better utilize that in your actual sprinting game and improve your ability to go through your start to your transition. And then the next thing will obviously go into the top end speed. All right. If you guys have any questions, we'll talk soon.